Yo soy Cano One, and this is where I bring you into my world. One beat, one story, one corner at a time. Growing up in the hip hop culture, I would perform to the B side instrumentals, and I began to write my own raps and even perform. And it's funny, I would perform at church. My father would let me perform at church, and that's where I began to uh, learn a little bit of stage presence. And after that, as I came into high school, um, I looked for a studio, like a real recording studio, and I began to record since I was 14. So, and I've been recording all the way through my 20s. And so, to make this transition from hip hop to reggaeton, being a lover of the Latin culture, I was fascinated with reggaeton music. To me, sounding a lot like boom bap, and just feeling the vibe, feeling the way they melodically sang and also rapped on the beat in the pocket was definitely intriguing to me. And to go from English to Spanish was an awesome experience. So I would go to house parties with my friends, and we would be singing karaoke, and I would sing Nicky Jam, Ziny Lennox, and my friends knew I was a hip hop recording artist from years past, and they told me, Cano, you should do a reggaeton song. And I laughed it off. I was like, yeah, right. But they said, no, you sound really good. Your Spanish sounds good, and you should consider doing a reggaeton song. So that night when I went home, the more I began to think about it, being a recording artist from years past, I said, I can do this. And so I went on beatstar.com, and I knew I needed to find a reggaeton beat. So I found a beat that I liked, and I played it every day. And now I knew I needed a ghostwriter. I needed some lyrics. I needed a ghostwriter. So I hit up my friend, my DJ friend, DJ Speedy Jr., who I had met at the local Latin night. And I told him what I wanted to do, the project that I had in mind, and then I needed a ghostwriter. So he hooked me up with a local reggaetonero, and I began to talk to him. While I was waiting, I was being proactive, and I looked on Facebook for reggaetoneros in Tampa, and I ran across Vani of Vani Music, and I explained to him the idea that I had in mind, and he was more than willing. He was open to work with me, and so we got together. And the bug out was when I showed up at his apartment, and he clicked play. I thought we were just gonna listen to the beat and conceptualize and talk about the tema, but he had already recorded the reference and everything. And Vani is a reggaetonero from years past and is really good at singing too. So this is a new venture for me, being that I was an MC. English is my first language, and I grew up with Puerto Ricans. I grew up with Boricuas. I lived in Puerto Rico, in Salinas, Puerto Rico for 2 years. So I was beginning to learn more Spanish, but to sing and even to rap in Spanish was definitely a challenge. And to hit the pronunciation right. Being a hip hop artist, working with producers, they're not really producers, they're beat makers. So I never really worked with a real producer who not only pushed me sonically and with my voice, but and even with my raps, but also he pushed me with my Spanish to make sure that my Spanish was on point. I took the track home and just began to work on it every day, every night. And when it was time to go to the studio, I came in and I was ready to go, and I crushed it. And we had our first song, Bailame.